Good morning, appraisers. Let's talk some real estate. You're listening to the voice of Appraisal, the #1 appraisal podcast in America that always brings you the latest news and information from the front lines of the real estate market. Anything from market conditions, appraisal regulations, cryptocurrencies, big bank news, COVID-19 news. Folks, you have a question, we have all of your answers. We are the one-stop source for all of your real estate appraisal information needs. If you want to be in the know, you have definitely tuned in to the right show. I'm Phil Crawford. I'm your host. Happy to have all of you here with us today. Finishing off my day in Cincinnati. It is a nasty, gloomy day. A little bit rainy, overcast. Very similar to the moods of most Americans in the country today. I'm finishing up my day. I've been out doing a few drive-by appraisal assignments today. I'm very hesitant about doing the interior drive-by work because of what's going on with the COVID-19 virus. And Kevin, of course, is in lockdown, and the radio station's in lockdown, so I'm not able to go down there and get a new podcast out. And I want to welcome all of you to my truck. This is a very sacred and special place for me, so I'm happy to have all of you here with me in my truck today. And I've gotten a lot of emails over the last 24 hours, 48 hours about what to do because all of us are starting to back up a little bit with our appraisal assignments. And a lot of us are getting scared and becoming very, very hesitant about going inside of people's homes. And I don't blame any of you for that. For those appraisers in New York, for those appraisers in San Francisco, and any other place throughout the country where there's a shutdown, you're in our thoughts and our prayers, that is for sure. We have some issues in the lending world. Let me fix this just a little bit here. We've got a lot of appraisals piling up, and we need to figure out what to do with them. And I know that some people have brought up the fact that we can do drive-bys. Some people have brought up the fact that we can do desktops in doing these assignments, and that has made some lenders out there a little bit uneasy, I'm sure. I'm sure that there are some appraisals that you could do with a desktop or with a drive-by. But I want to make a suggestion today because I don't think this problem is as bad as we need to make it out to be. And I think we can solve it with technology, because I believe that this coronavirus issue is not going to go away anytime soon. And I believe that this is going to be an issue that's going to be with us for a very long time. And we're just going to deal with it. This is not something that's going to last a few weeks. I think it could last a few months. So I do want to make a suggestion. Using technology, maybe come up with a different product or a different solution for real estate appraisers that are, as they say, excuse me, nervous about going inside of people's homes and things like that. I mean, you should be nervous about going inside someone's home right now because we don't want to give people anything if we're carrying something, and we don't want to get something if they've got something. It just makes common sense just to stay outside the home. So I want to introduce the idea of what is called a curbside inspection, or a curbside appraisal. And I'm sure it's USPAP compliant, because USPAP does allow for a lot of leverage and a lot of leeway when it comes to how we do our business, as long as we make sure we disclose our hypothetical conditions and extraordinary assumptions. So all of us out there today most likely have a smartphone, and my thought is this. I'm in a residential neighborhood right now. I don't want to pan the neighborhood because I'm not asking anybody for permission to pan it. But let's say, for instance, I'm out here and I'm appraising a piece of property. And let's say my subject property is to the right of me right here. And I roll up on the property and I see it. It's right there. I've already been in contact with a homeowner who wants to do a refinance, maybe a cash out refinance. Probably the reason why I'm out here is because I'm doing a cash out refinance. They won't allow the waivers on cash outs right now. So let's say I'm out here and I don't want to do this appraisal. I've called the homeowner and I've let the homeowner know that I'm outside. And what I'd like to do at this time is to allow the homeowner to come out and give me a call via FaceTime or I can FaceTime the homeowner. They can come out and they can wave to me. We'll do our proper social distancing. I say, hey, how you doing? I'm the real estate appraiser. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's fine. I'm the guy in the truck out here. My safe, secure, happy place in my truck. Let's get this appraisal started. Let's get this inspection started, this observation started. So at this time, the homeowner can then go ahead and call me, or I can FaceTime them, and they can start with a FaceTime observation of their property, a FaceTime inspection. They can take me on a nice FaceTime tour of the entire property. And I can even, on my smartphone, record that conversation, record that entire movie, transfer it over to my hard drive later on, because that's terrific evidence to put into your work file as to what took place on that particular day. In this, what I would consider to be a curbside inspection or a curbside appraisal. So we have the FaceTime done. It's going to be a little bit tricky in the basements because we're going to have the homeowners help to have us either measure out their finished area, or in some cases measure out their unfinished area. So that way it's easier to subtract it from the finished space. And then after all the observation is done, after we've verified the information with the homeowner, gone room to room, upgrade to upgrade, noted everything, had a terrific conversation. Again, I sound like the president. Have a terrific conversation. And then also noted here on our iPhone or smartphone. Then after that inspection is done, then we can have the homeowner come back out. I wave to the homeowner and we say goodbye. And then what I'll have the homeowner do, if you feel comfortable and if it's in your state and you're allowed to do this, because I don't think as of today that the COVID-19 virus is quote unquote airborne, or if it is, it's not as airborne as what they think. We're just learning things about this thing we don't know yet. But we can just say goodbye to them, and then they go back in their house, and then we can go out and, if you feel comfortable, go and do the exterior inspection and go in the back of the home and also do the measurements. And maybe we'll have to have a little bit of help from the homeowner when it comes to their foyer and things like that. But overall, we can make this a very positive experience for the homeowner and for the client of the bank, because we can get them involved in our process. And we can actually go through everything to make sure that all the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, and we didn't forget anything. A lot of times homeowners, and if you are listening to this, don't take it the wrong way, but a lot of times homeowners will say, well, the appraiser missed this, or the appraiser missed that. Well, in this case, you are the one showing us everything. You're the one giving us the tour. So if we miss something, make sure we don't miss anything. So I think it would be a good practice. I think that this kind of practice or this kind of product can be done on a 1004 form. I think it would give us a better picture of the collateral in the house and the interior condition than you would get from a drive-by. I like the fact that I'm a real estate appraiser and I'm out here in the field. I like the fact that I'm here in the field looking things over. I do apologize, I'm losing my voice. I've been talking so much today. So many people have called today, it's crazy. I like the fact that I'm just out here in the field, knowing where I'm at, having geographical competency. And the one thing that we're missing right now is just the data and information on the inside of that home. But if we utilize the technology that we have with our smartphones, I think we're going to be okay. So that's my 2 cents. I'm calling it a curbside inspection. Curbside inspection. Curbside real estate appraisal. There's so much liability. There's so much danger. I wouldn't say danger. Just so much that we don't know about the COVID-19 virus. And we have to keep lending going. Right now, lending, it has this logjam. We have appraisals on our desk right now, and we're not really sure if we can go inside of homes or not. And we have families that we need to come home to, and if we go to 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 different homes a day, you're going to 10, you're doing a lot. But if you go to all these homes, you don't know if you're transmitting or carrying something from one dwelling to the other. You could be causing some problems here. So I think we need to come up with a solution pretty quick. And I think the solution would be the curbside inspection, the curbside appraisal. Just something to think about for all of you that are out there today, for all the movers and shakers at the FHA and the VA and the Fannie Mae and the Freddie Mac. I think this is something that we can do to protect the general public, because we are here for the public trust, but we can't put them in harm's way. We can't put them in harm's way. But we also have to be able to make sure that we have a good idea as to what the collateral of this property is, what the condition is. So by utilizing a technology that pretty much is at everybody's hand right now, I think the FaceTime phone call, the curbside, not the drive-by, not the interior, excuse me, but the curbside appraisal. That may be a solution for the next 8 weeks, 12 weeks. This is going to be with us for a long time. And even after the coronavirus is all done, and this too will pass, and it burns out, or it goes away, or it begins to diminish, or the curve goes down, you know, there's still going to be this issue with society of personal space and, you know, communicable diseases and things like that. So I think this is a really good option to look at. You know, a lot of appraisers are in the more mature stage of their life. And this virus is a little tricky. It doesn't like people in the mature stage of life. So we don't want to put appraisers at harm's way, and we don't want to put the public and homeowners and consumers and real estate agents and investors, we don't want to put them in harm's way either. So just a suggestion below in the comment section on my YouTube channel. If you want to put any of your comments on there, you're more than welcome to do it. Try to keep them try not to make them negative. We've got a lot of negative stuff going on in the world today. We don't need to make them negative, that's for sure. But curbside inspections, just think about it. Just think about it. I wish you all the best. If you guys need anything, give us a call or give us an email at info@voiceofappraisal.com, info@voiceofappraisal.com. Kiss your spouse, hug your children, enjoy your day. Be safe in the field. Take care.